He's bottom 5. Sell me on him. What's good about Cyber Sub-Zero?
Okay, all right. Let's talk about Cyber Sub-Zero. Have you played a kick-ass Sonya?
Yes, I played Morty.
All right, check this out. When Sonya gets on you and she does 114 or like 11 whatever she does her strings, and then immediately does military stance, and she can cancel into the overhead throw, the kick, the 2 kicks, and then there's like another option, the 2 low hits. You know what Cyber Sub can do? He blocks the string and then sees the military stance and then parries.
Why wouldn't you just start down 4ing now? Then you're fucked.
You have no. You can't down 4 in between a perfectly executed block string into a military stance.
I don't know, dude. Couldn't you cancel it in the down 4?
It's still the fact that he has to do something different is the thing.
If you put when you're Cyber Sub in that matchup and you put the threat of the parry out there properly, then it really starts messing with the mind of your opponent of what they can and can't do. Like against Raiden, I just smile so much when Raiden players do any strings on me other than that safe string he has, where you can down 3 poke in between hits 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. And the first or second hit or the second or third hit, and you can also parry or EX parry, and if you poke it and they cancel out to a EX shocker or teleport or whatnot, then you're not going to get hit because you're poking. So you start creating mind games on Raidens. Cyber Sub excels in a lot of matchups, like the Shang Tsung matchup, like the Kenshi matchup. I think Cyber Sub I think Cyber Sub tears up Kenshi when played right. He tears up Newt. He has a lot of even matchups, and then he's got some bad matchups. I mean, Katana. I don't care what anyone says. In my opinion, I think Katana kills him. I mean, Katana it's not even fun. Like that matchup is disgusting on paper and on the game. Another bad matchup is Melina played really well. Is a pretty bad matchup. I definitely think Cabal is a tough matchup, but it's a very doable matchup.
So why is Cabal easier than Katana?
Oh, Cabal's so much easier because Cabal relies on his dash-in pressure and his dash cancels and this and that. So anytime you see when you play Cabal, you stare at his hips, and as soon as his hips go backwards, that's when he's open. So you can either down 3, jump out, or if you know he's going to go in for another string, or you think he's going to go in for another string cancel, then that's when you parry it. And if you want to go for gold, you EX parry it.
I'm editing that shit out. I don't want people knowing that.
How are you getting in on Cabal? That's what I don't understand.
Well, that's the thing. Usually what Cabal's do in that matchup is they make you come to him, and they do instant air fireballs. And Cyber Sub-Zero has the fastest dash in the game. Sector's got the second fastest. So what you do is you dash and duck, dash and duck, dash and duck, and then when you see the opportunity's perfect, you see him go up for that instant air fireball, and you're like half screen away. You slide. Now you're neck and neck next to him, and you can bait a wake up. You want to keep him in the corner, and you want him to start that offense, so you can look for holes to punish. And that's how it works. And you can't zone him at all with Cyber Sub. Cyber Sub can zone some characters, but what Cyber Sub has to do in that matchup is push into a corner, be patient, don't try to do any dumb shit, don't jump. Jumping, when you're not on him is a bad idea, and you can't jump on him when he has meter. So you just have to play it very patiently. Like I said, it is a 4-6 matchup in Cabal's favor, in my opinion. You can do it. It's just one of those things that you just have to be really patient and know the matchup.
What about Liu Kang? I mean, his instant air fireballs.
Same thing. When he's instant air fireballing, just dash in, dash in, dash in. And when he shoots any ground fireballs, low or high, going for the dive kick, or you can just go in for a close dive kick that whiffs and you land in front of him, and then start your offense.
Liu Kang's instant air fireball isn't a Cabal or a Katana.
It's really, really good, man. It's underrated.
Yeah, I think it
good, but it doesn't lead to the amount of ridiculousness that the other characters do.
I think it does pretty good damage, man.
Yeah,
It does a fireball's worth of damage. It's
No, it
not
doesn't.
35% like Katana. It's not a
Dude,
fucking
he gets
ridiculous. It's not 20-some% like Cabal, and then his.
Please play a good Liu Kang. Please play a good Liu Kang.
I'm saying, It's not about that. It's not the argument. It's that air fireball doesn't lead to anything.
It does, man. What are you talking about?
What does it lead to? What does he get off of it?
I don't know. How much damage is it, Pig?
I think 10, 8 or 10.
No, it's more than that.
What? His air fireball?
No, because it links into more than one air fireball.
Dude, it's got to be fucking perfect to do that, man. The
People
most
do
he
it.
can do is air fireball, and then that big ass kick. That's still
that is about it unless he gets you in the corner. But the thing is, I think just the threat of how fast he can do it, and how fast that character is as a whole, I think it makes that better. Like I would say Cabal is number 1 in terms of instant air fireballs, and then Katana. Katana might be second, and then Liu Kang is third.
What about Melina?
I think she's 4th.
Okay.
I think if you look at how fast she does her, she has a slower recovery time than Liu Kang does, so I'd have to give her 4th.
But hers leads the damage, though.
It does, but I mean I'm talking about from a full screen zoning perspective, but I mean up close I think things change a little.
What about Cyber Sub-Zero zoning? Those bombs just seem so shitty. Terrible.
Man, but if those things all right, here's the deal. Like, people want those things to freeze all the time. Yeah, I would love that. However, he'd be such bullshit if those bombs froze and led to a combo every single time. Like, no, I can't sit here and explain to you when they are going to freeze or they're not going to freeze. And I don't even think the NRS can do that. But I know one thing that does happen is, like against Johnny Cage, you throw a close bomb, or any character, you throw a close bomb and they jump in on you. You footsie back, jump back, and close dive, and they block it. And even if they don't block it, even if it hits or doesn't hit, it's enough time for the bomb to hit, and they'll freeze them, and it leads to a combo. Things like that. That's how you zone with him. Like he has a guaranteed freeze when you're at the end of a match, and you've got 20% health, and they've got 12%. If you got 2 meter, throw out EX bomb into EX freeze, and it's a guaranteed freeze. Dive in for a combo.
Why is that a guaranteed freeze?
Try it.
Why couldn't I just ass out?
Not every character has ass.
You know what? You can ass out. You were the only one who can ass out.
Why couldn't Scorpion just do an EX teleport?
Well, because you can see that shit coming from a mile away.
It's a really bad guessing game.
Yeah.
And that's that's if you can do a teleport in the air.
Why couldn't Raiden do a teleport?
We're talking strictly teleport characters. What does Johnny Cage...
That's half the fucking roster!
That's not... Dude, it's still... Half the characters can't do shit about it.
Alright. If Cyber Sub-Zero is good, why don't you play him in tournaments?
I definitely... let me think. What tournaments have I used him in? Okay. Well, to be very clear, I've been to 2 majors. I've been to EVO, and I've been to NEC. So those are my 2 majors. Let's see. Oh, and the other tournaments I went to South Carolina's G Vegas tournament, which is like a state tournament. I got second in that, and I did use Cyber Sub in that. I used Cyber Sub in all locals, but the reason why I didn't use him in NEC is because I went there and had him pinned to use for like 8 or 10 matchups. And the only matchups that I fought were a Cyrax, 2 Sub-Zeros, Kung Lao, Sector, and Katana. Oh, and Sonya. And so I didn't. None of those matchups were on my list of who I plan to use, Cyber Sub for. If I went there and my first 3 matches were, Shang Tsung,